From raw land to a constantly evolving community that's full of opportunities. You've been our inspiration in building sustainable communities for generations. We look forward to building more so we can do more together. Ayala Land.
A visionary destination brings together career and family, business and leisure, city and community. Welcome to the newest hotspot south of the metro, propelling towards access, variety, and efficiency. Dynamic lifestyles synchronized at the core of a well-connected locale. Every day is a gathering of life's bounty. Homes for every stage in life amplify the convenience of living. Designed around people, this city paves the way for opportunities and jumpstarts a fresh beat on lifestyle, opening up a gateway to a unique quality of life. Every step here leads to progress. Arca South, City in Sync.
Real Talk Darbs.
Yo, what's up? Real Talk Darbs back at it again with another Facebook Live. And for those of you who's listening right now in podcast, magandang gabi po sa lahat ng mga nanonood. Magandang gabi po sa lahat ng mga taong sumusubaybay ng Real Talk Darbs. Wisdom Bars with Real Talk Darbs. Yon, meron na po tayong bagong pangalan sa ating show. It's called Wisdom Bars. Because this is a place wherein you're gonna be able to get wisdom, and at the same time, papaulanan ko po kayo ng mga wisdom bombs later on. And because of that, we have a very, very interesting topic. A topic wherein most strong individuals would like to hear, and people who wants to attract strong individuals. So what is the topic for today, Kuya Darbs? Ay, nandiyan na Kuya Darbs. Oh, ano? Diyan ka na naman. Kasi Kuya Darbs, meron po kasi akong isang taong gusto. Okay. Sino naman yung gusto mong tao? Kuya Darbs, napaka-strong niya kasi. Grabe, may eye yung strong? Kuya Darbs naman eh. Joke lang. Yes po, Kuya Darbs, napaka-strong niya po. Pero mahal ko siya, gusto ko siyang makasama. How do I love an alpha man or an alpha woman? I got you, fam. Because of that, that is our topic for today, tonight, this afternoon, whatever place you are in the world or anong oras mo man to pinapanood at pinapakinggan. How to love an alpha, mga kaibigan. Paano ka nga ba magmahal ng alpha? So bago ang lahat, i-define natin ang alpha. So bago muna tayo mag-define, magbabati muna tayo ngayon sa lahat ng mga nanunood. Shout out to Joanne. Good evening, Kuya Darbs, Scrubs and Snap. From Scrubs and Snap. Oy, shout out sa iyo ha. Ha 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 ha. Sabi ni Adama mong tawa, boy. Boy or girl? Pa-shoutout naman po, Roda from Ajman. Thank you very much. Oy, palakpakan from Ajman. Dito yan sa UAE. Hello po, sabi ni GL Chang. Anong alpha? Hindi mo alam ang alpha, mamaya i-define natin ang alpha, my friends. What's up, Kuya Darb? Sabi ni Aliza Go. Si Alyssa G. Gumawa ka na Alyssa G. Hello po, Kuya Darbs, watching from Macau. Jang Napos. Gusto ko yan, yung mga nagtatag. Shout out po, sabi ni Denise. Hello from Singapore. Sana meron na hello from Singarich. Corny mo, Kuya Darbs. Kuya Darbs, hello, sabi ni Abby. Sir Darbs, good evening from RTD fam, sabi ni AC Angeles. Okay, sige na. Daming bati. Bati. Ano ba ang Hello, Jacabel. Thank you very much. Shout out sa iyo ha. Thank you for calling yesterday. Watching from Tangob, Misamis Occidental. Okay, let's now proceed. Maricor Di Santa from Dubai. Shout out sa iyo ha, mga kababayan ko na nandito sa Dubai. 1,000 live viewers. Palakpakan natin yan. Share this live if ever you have someone na gusto mong may matutunan, tag them here, share it. RTD fam, Bacanaman. O, bago tayo na, magsasayaw muna tayo ng marikit. O, sayaw muna kayo mga ganun muna kayo. Okay, let's proceed. How to love an alpha. By the way, friends, if you don't know what an alpha is, ito po, i-define natin. By the way, shout out to my very close friend, Crystal, for actually helping me with this topic. And of course, my friend Reg, maraming salamat for giving me an idea for what this topic is supposed to be. Palakpakan natin. Exceptional confidence. They embrace confidence that is contagious. They self-identify, sabi nila. Yun po yung alpha. Offers fearless leadership. Yun din, alpha yon. Obsessive learners, din ang mga alpha. They believe that they have abilities that are limitless and is willing to learn on the fly. Highly ambitious, having extremely high EQ. Sa lahat ng hindi nakakaalam kung anong EQ, it's emotional quotient, hindi po IQ, which is intelligence quotient. Being sought out, others find them impactful. So yun po yung mga isa sa mga ways on how to define an alpha. Or in short, strong independent man or strong independent woman. Yung mga taong sa tingin natin ay napakataas ng standard, yung mga taong very successful and they know what they want. People who's decisive, people who doesn't take less and think that they deserve and they get what they deserve. And they cut out BS from anyone who gives them that. So yun po ang mga definitions ng alpha. So I'm not sure if you can identify yourself as one or your partner as one na alpha sila. Pero go ahead, check it out. Listen, paano ka nga ba magmahal ng isang alpha? Isang taong malakas, isang taong strong, very decisive. Paano mo sila mahalin, Kuya Darbs? Paano ba, Kuya Darbs? Kasi parang ang hirap. Okay, ganito mga kaibigan. Paano ka magmahal ng isang alpha? First off, isa sa mga bagay na dapat mong isipin is that you have to know if you are with one. So kung sinabi ko kanina, you're able to find out that that is the person that you are with, and most probably that they are an alpha. So paano mo mamahalin ng isang alpha? Paano nga ba, Kuya Darbs? Okay, bago ang lahat, paano natin malalaman if you are dating one or nandun na? So yun, dinefine ko na ha. Isa sa mga definitions din ng isang alpha male or alpha female is that most of them knows what they want. Very decisive din sila sa mga gusto nilang gawin sa buhay. And part of the reason why most people think that they are strong. Most people think that these individuals are someone who actually is arrogant. But arrogance and being decisive is different. So, shout out to Reg for giving me that idea. Sabi nila. Sabi din niya is, alpha has so much love to give. They take control most of the time, but when someone earns their respect, they are more than willing to cave in. I guess with alpha, you just have to be daring and loving and everything in between. Medyo mainit yung so tatanggalin natin, kaibigan. So, if ever you are in that specific situation, I think part of the reason why you're dating them, part of the reason why you like them in the first place is because of them being strong. Pero there will always be situations wherein being an alpha could be so much for someone. Lalo na if you're an individual, if you have the personality that is also strong. Like most of the time, part of the reason why there is a fight is either that you think that this person shouldn't be telling me the things that I'm supposed to be telling, or you're being suppressed so much. Kaya mo naiisipan na parang this is not something that I wanted to be with for the rest of my life because this person is so strong for me. So, what are the things that you're supposed to understand whenever you're dating one? Sige, magbabasa muna tayo ng comments, mga kaibigan. Tuloy ba ang pasukan? Ched, baka naman. Ewan ko. Baka pwedeng itag natin sila. Pwede nating tulungan si Jean. Kakahiya naman sa kanya. Dito siya nagtanong. Diba? Kakahiya naman kay Jean. Thank you very much for that. Ched, by the way, Commissioner on Higher Education, tuloy po ba daw yung pasok, sabi ni Jean? Gusto lang naming malaman kung pwede ba daw. Jean, hintay lang tayo ng sagot. Baka may mag-comment. So, antay-antay lang po. Maraming salamat sa katanungan. Cute ni sir. Hi, Kuya Darbs. Mine alpha, sabi niya. Drop your skincare routine. Kojic lang yan. Kojic, baka naman. Hindi, ito going on the, masa-sidetrack na tayo konti. Part of the reason bakit gaganda ang skin mo is because you doing exercise. Yun. Mag-exercise ka. Shout out to Coach Red for giving me an awesome exercise always. Sabi ni Honey, yan na, October 5 daw, sabi. Okay na ba? Sana na-solve natin yung issue. Nung nag-comment kanina, October 5 daw po, sabi ni Miss Honey. Maraming salamat, Honey, sa pagsagot ng katanungan. Ayan naman sa kay Sir. Okay. So, how do I know if I'm dating an alpha? Tulad nga ng mga sinabi ko, strong, decisive, know what they want. What are the things that most of the time they take the lead? Not because they want to, but because they can't breathe if they can't. Yung mga ganong klaseng bagay ang gusto nilang sabihin. So, if ever you're dating an alpha, part of the reason bakit mo din siya dinate siguro, part of the reason why you're attracted to that person is because of those characteristics. Pero most probably, you have to be careful. Kasi there are times wherein it's just nice to be having them around yung kumbaga early on. Kasi you like the challenge, you like someone who's directing you towards the place where you want to go. Pero most of the time, it could be jarring din if ever you don't understand the mindset of an alpha. Yon. Also, part of the reason kung bakit a relationship would not work if you are with an alpha is because since they know what they want to do, they oftenly try to help you in a sense. I'm not saying that most alpha are good. Hindi ko din sinasab. I think it's supposed to be part of the definition that an alpha is supposed to be something that is good in nature. Pero most of the time, it's not the case eh. Maraming alpha na doesn't have nice qualities as a human being. It's just that they're gifted with that kind of strong will, leadership, and know how to create or know how to act in a specific situation that they mostly know how to get out of. But most of the time, those skills are not being used in a proper way. So if you don't know as well, that alpha word came from wolves, leader of the pack, the wolf pack. The leader of the wolves is called an alpha. Okay. Yun na, I think na-define na natin kanina on how to know if you're dating an alpha. So you're checking right now. You're supposed to understand. Are you dating an alpha right now? Am I, Kuya Darbs? I think so. Ba't mo ko tinatanong, kaibigan? So, what's the next? Wait lang, isi-screenshot ko lang to kasi meron tayong 1,200 live viewers. Thank you very much for watching. Alam niyo naman tayo, si Real Talk Darbs is multitasking. Mag-isa lang tayo, kaya nating gawin ang maraming bagay ng sabay. Yun lang po, I think, ang mga bagay na dapat magandang isabay. If you know what I mean. Okay, Kuya Darbs. I want to attract an alpha. I had enough of people or dating guys or dating women who doesn't know what they want to do. I want to be with someone who is decisive like me because I myself is also an alpha. I consider myself as an alpha. And how do I attract one? Paano ko nga ba i-attract ang isang alpha, Kuya Darbs? Mag-awu ka. Awu! corny. Wala. Okay, don't worry. I got you, fam. Meron po tayong list dito na showing us on how to actually attract an alpha. One of the ways is show confidence. If you are dating someone who knows what they're doing, they would basically be attracted to people who knows what they're doing as well. So confidence is a must. I don't know. I would like to consider myself as an alpha as well. In a sense wherein I know what I want. I have a clear vision on where I would want to go. And I would like to have a partner who can be with me during those times. That when I'm weak, I want someone to be strong with me. Kasi at the end of the day, you can never always be strong. So Ito, I totally agree with this. I want someone who's confident. Yung hindi yung timid, yung, ay, alam mo yung toxic politeness. Sorry po, sir. Talaga? Sorry. Ganon. In our culture, in the Philippines, that is considered as being nice. Pero, like, say, for example, an alpha doesn't, like, literally see that as someone who's attractive. An alpha would see someone who's confident, not arrogant, but confident, meaning that they know how to carry themselves. They're presentable. They're not scared. Ito kasi yan, ha. I would understand, like, say, for example, if there's an individual in front of me, I would know if they're trying to act. Confidence can easily be, mabilis kasing ma-decode kung fini-fake mo lang ang confidence mo or hindi if you are in front of someone who's really confident. There's 3 levels of confidence daw, sabi ni Matthew Hussey, which hindi ko alam. Kalimutan ko. Basta, meron yung confidence that is based on, what do you call this? Based on material things. You're confident because you're wearing a Gucci. You're confident because you're wearing something that is expensive, and thus it gives you confidence. Meron ding second level of confidence where it is embedded with lifestyle. You're confident because you have a job that is prestigious. You're confident because you're what do you call this? You graduated on a specific school. Mga ganong klaseng, it's embedded with a lifestyle. But when those are stripped out of you, your confidence will be removed. Like, say, for example, kung hindi ka sumusot ng Gucci, hindi ka na magiging confident. The second level is pag nawalan ka ng work, or if ever you did not graduated from that specific school, you tend to feel less confident. The third level, which is the highest level of confidence, is inner, like to the core. Like, even if you don't have anything to offer, even if you don't have skill as of that specific moment, that specific time, you still believe that you have a path towards getting there. And you're confident that even if you don't know how to get there first, even if you don't have the capacity to go there first, you trust yourself that you can. So that's inner confidence. You're stripped out of everything superficial. Hence, it makes you confidence. Meron tayong ganun, ha? Like, say, for example, I've mga taong super confident na even if hindi naman sila ganun kayaman, hindi din siya graduate sa ganun klaseng paaralan, but that person literally knows how to carry themselves. Hindi siya mayabang, it's just that he knows how to present himself well. Because that kind of confidence is very rare. And if you are in front of an alpha, they can smell one. They know real confidence versus someone that just facing or fronting the first 2 levels of confidence. They're confident because they're fronting their cars. They're confident because they're fronting the place they graduate, or they're confident because I'm wearing a Louis Vuitton bag. Mga ganong klase. So, give him time to make the first move. Talaga. Hindi ko to nabasa. Hindi ko to binasa kasi. Okay, one of the things that you can also do to attract an alpha is to be true to yourself. Like, say, for example, I'm speaking in behalf of myself. That I appreciate women who act according to what they feel, not what the society tells them to. So, together with confidence, if you want to attract an alpha, you have to understand that an individual like that wants to see power from someone they want to be with. And power in a sense that it requires a lot of tremendous energy, creativity to approach me in a manner where I would not look down on you as if it was a cheap attempt, pero it will be somehow classy in a way. Sinasabi natin na it's a 2020 world in that I always push people to tell me or to act according to what they feel. Pero to be honest with you, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. When I try to say to women that you have the right to somehow approach men that you like, I'm not saying na You're supposed to approach them head on. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. I don't know if you guys was able to see my stories last time. Tinanong ako ng isang babae. Sabi niya daw, Kuya Darbs, kumusta? Sabi niya, malambot ba daw yung kama ko? Sabi ko, oo, malambot. Bakit? Gusto mo palitan ko? Sabi niya. Sabi ko, ano palitan ng ano? Palitan na ng dede niya. I don't know. That's creative. Pero wag naman ganon. There's supposed to be a way wherein you can do things more classy. Pero I don't judge if ever there is that kind of approach. I don't. Maybe that's your extreme way of getting an attention of an alpha. Yeah, that's good. Pero at the end of the day, when you speak to them, they are actually doing it just because they just want to get an attention. Pero okay naman pala sila. Pero siguro ganito. Go back to, I don't know, 1600s wherein like women actually has a way to approach men without them actually approaching them in the first place. Like a woman would just drop a handkerchief in front of a guy that they like. Alam mo yun? They would drop, like naglalakad sila, tapos that woman would just go ahead of the guy and then they would just drop the handkerchief. And then the guy, all handsome and confident and as a gentleman, they would pick up that handkerchief and they would give that to the woman. And the woman was, oh, sorry, I didn't know. And then the guy said, it's okay, I understand. By the way, what's your name? So see, they gave an opportunity to the guy to approach them, but they made the first move, literally. So find those moments wherein you're trying to drop the handkerchief. That's how you can attract an alpha. Nox. Ask him for a commitment daw when you think you're ready to take a relationship to the next level. Yes, that is really appreciated. Kahit ako, part of the reason why I was with my ex before, because she was the one who actually asked me to take this to the next level. So, it doesn't literally mean that it shows weakness na ikaw yung nag-ask to take this to the next level because somehow you see yourself with me. So, at the end of the day, that requires strength para sabihin. So, if ever you feel as if you wanted to take this to the next level, you go ahead and take it to the next level and tell them straight up. And ikaw, as an individual, you're not supposed to be anchored to what you're expecting to hear. Most of the time kasi, we get disappointed on what we expect to hear that when we don't hear it. Tapos, parang kumbaga we still would stay with this person even if they show that they are not interested to take it to the next level. Because you're too weak to understand that you require or you deserve something that is way better than that. So if ever you're gonna ask someone to take the relationship to the next level, specifically an alpha, you base it that there's a possibility that this person will say no. And that you have to stick to what you deserve. Not based on the argument or the reason that that person is gonna say later on. Yes. Harsh realities of being an alpha. Ano mga harsh realities ng mga alpha? If you are an alpha, my friend. First, they obsess about their careers. They obsess about their mission. Isa yun sa mga harsh realities of being with an alpha. And most of the time, you feel as if this person doesn't have time and doesn't require or doesn't give me the attention that I need because they're too obsessed on the things that they want to do. Because tulad nga na sinabi ko, they are decisive. They wanted to be in a specific place and it's clearly written out the path for them. They know what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. And it requires a certain level of commitment for you to chase that. Now, if you are an individual who doesn't understand to be with an alpha, most probably you'll grow weak and tired and feel as if you are being put aside. I think an alpha would want to be someone who also understands their mission. An alpha would want it to be with an individual who doesn't allow them to slow themselves down just for the other party to cope up with them. They want someone who has the same capacity, the same stamina to run a specific pace with them. So if you think you're an individual who are able to run a specific pace as the alpha that you wanted to be with, that's good. Pero if you're trying to front yourself as if you can cope up, but that is his normal state, pero ikaw parang that's your extreme, you'll get tired for sure. Parang sasabihin mo na ang regular na pang warm up niya lang na weights is 100 kilos. Kaya mong mag 100 kilos actually. Pero yun na yung pinaka-extreme at once mo lang kayang gawin. Pero sa kanyang warm up pa lang pala yun. It's not the proper workout. So what happens when that person would kumbaga require you to lift weights with him as a workout partner na 150 pala yung kaya niyang buhatin, and that is way beyond your capacity. So that's things that you want to consider as well being with an alpha. Ito, isa pa sa mga harsh reality ng pagiging being with an alpha is they expect no mistakes at all. Parang natamaan ako dito. I mean, hindi ko naman sinasabi na wala dapat mistake. But I think part of the reason why an individual is supposed to be there is because they just wanted to go there at a specific place as fast as they can, I believe. And mistakes makes them slow down. Makes their mission, their goal, their dreams being put at hold because of the mistakes. I can actually vouch for this. Actually, and they expect no mistakes at all. Is it right? It's wrong. Of course, it's wrong. It's not right. Hindi dapat ganon. But somehow, that's the harsh reality. Now, later, I'm gonna be discussing if, like, say for example, you're an alpha, and then you're in love with an alpha as well. Can you two both work together? Let's find out later, mamaya, after these few messages coming up from our sponsor, Ayala Land International. Okay? So, I'll see you there. We'll be right back after these few messages.
From raw land to a constantly evolving community that's full of opportunities, you've been our inspiration in building sustainable communities for generations. We look forward to building more so we can do more together. Ayala Land.
Yon, my friends, this Facebook Live is brought to you by Ayala Land International. If you're gonna ask me if you are actually looking for an investment right now, an investment wherein you're sitting on money, one of the best, safest, and clearest way for you to put that money in is through real estate. As what I have always been saying, putting it in real estate is just half of the process. You have to understand that it matters which real estate developer you have to put that money in. And I would not put my name here if it weren't for Ayala Land. Ayala Land is one of the oldest conglomerate, have more than 100 years of experience, and you can see how they were able to develop the business capital of the Philippines, which is Makati. So who else would you want to entrust your money in but with Ayala Land? So here's the thing. If you want to have an online presentation, just for you to know the options that you might have depending on your budget, kasi may iba-iba naman tayong budget eh. We can do a presentation with you. We can also do an online reservation, online documentation, and online payment. Pero po yung hindi online yung unit nyo, hindi lang sa online. There's also an excellent after-sales service. Please go ahead, let me know if you're interested. I'll be more than happy to assist you with those kind of things. Thank you very much, Ayala Land, for sponsoring this video. Pakpakan naman natin yan. Cool stuff. Now, my friends, let's go ahead and discuss Okay, magbabati muna tayo. Mahirap magmahal ng alpha. Tapos konti. Very interesting topic po, Kuya Darbs. Yes, actually, there is. Very interesting. Medyo nahihirapan nga ako sa topic na to, sa totoo lang eh. Kasi medyo, medyo technical siya eh. Harsh reality, hindi ka maiintindihan in terms of leadership. Maraming makakaaway. Sana ba jowa ko? Wala pala akong jowa. Oo, Jean. Sana nasagot namin yung tanong mo kanina, ha? Baka kaya tatanungin mo din sa amin kung saan yung jowa mo or kailan ka magkakajowa. Naalala ko si Lakay, sabi niya, oo, lagi kang tama, hindi ka talaga nagkakamali. How to call in his BS being an alpha? Oh, that's a good, this is a good question kasi most of the time, an alpha can actually abuse the power that they have, the skill that they have, and the talent that they have. And that sometimes, they are somehow very manipulative in some ways. So how can you call the BS? By, like, confronting it, communication, telling them straight up in front of their faces that this is what it is. Like, it's not this is not giving you an opportunity to be a worthless individual, an arrogant individual, and someone who doesn't care for someone's feelings just because you call yourself as an alpha. At the end of the day, we have all responsibilities of being an individual who is nice, kind. And I think that is supposed to be part of your definition of being an alpha. An alpha is someone who cares, someone who thinks last about themselves, because that's what the leader of the pack is. When it comes to sa mga wolf, usually the alpha wolf in the pack, usually when they travel, the alpha wolf would go behind the line or nagpapahuli siya because he's able to see where the each individual members of the pack. Kasi kung siya ang nasa una, hindi niya makikita sa likod eh. So he cares for his pack wherein he goes, siya yung pinakahuli sa line so that he can see everything. And the main purpose is to protect the pack. So that is how supposed to be an alpha is. My friends. Okay. We're in the arms. Yes, alphas are open-minded. Kuya Darbs, karamihan po ng alpha manipulative po ba talaga? Hindi po karamihan. Lahat sila. Hindi, joke lang. Most of the, I think there is a situation where it's like that. Yeah. So, balik tayo sa topic natin kanina, mga kaibigan. Can two alphas work together ba? Ibalik muna natin itong harsh realities of being an alpha. Isa pa sa mga harsh realities of being an alpha is that they don't chase. Mga kaibigan, I hope and I wish everybody would have this kind of characteristics that alphas don't chase. So should you. Lalo na if you don't see your worth, you don't see yourself with them, and then you are not being treated the way you're supposed to be treated. It requires a lot of strength for you not to chase, because if you don't chase because you're confident that you know what you can offer, you know your value. Part of the reason why you don't chase is because you're an individual who has a value to offer. This is the very sense of the word. If you know what you bring to the table, you're not afraid to eat alone. And most alphas are not afraid to eat alone because they know they can hunt for their food. They can hunt and generate their own happiness. Hence, if you're an individual that shows me that you're an individual that doesn't deserve my time, effort, energy, and love, I mean, yeah, by all means, the door is open, wide open, or I'll open the doors for you to walk away and never expect me to go back on my words. Once an alpha was able to decide and see, that's it. And that's one of the harsh realities of being with an alpha. That they don't chase. They don't chase. I don't chase. Zero tolerance to BS, which is very good. Which is, I can say as well to myself, I have zero tolerance in BS. And when I see BS, I call it out. And I think this is one of the things that everybody should understand as well, specifically dealing with relationships. Kasi most of us doesn't have the BS detector. Alam mo yun? I think I have one, and I really have zero tolerance on it. If the person is showing me BS, I call it out right away. Why? Because if you don't, specifically early on in the relationship, that will only get worse later on. Most people, what are the examples of BS, Kuya Darbs? One of the examples of BS is aawayin ka para lang suyuin ka. Small little things, pinapalaki. Like, sabi, uuwi ka ng 10 o'clock pero na-late ka lang ng 15 minutes. That's BS. Hindi ka nagre-reply agad. Bakit ka hindi nagre-reply agad? That's BS. Asking you where you are always. San ka na? San ka na? Ba't di ka nagsabing nasan ka? Ano ba? Dapat, responsibilidad mo yan bilang isang jowa para sabihin sa akin kung nasan ka palagi, always. That's BS. People who ask you for your pictures and show you sino kasama mo. Picture ka. Mag-picture ka na may kasama kang tasa. Alam mo yun, para make sure lang na nasa bahay siya. Or if ever nasa inuman, papapicturean yung mga kasama mo. That's BS, my friends. And if you don't know, and if you think that's cute, and if you think that that is how a relationship should be, my friends, this is a harsh wake-up call with you. That's not. It's BS. And you're not supposed to tolerate those kind of things. I don't find it cute. No. It will get worse later on. And that's could be one of the reasons why a relationship would not work early on. If you learn how to cut off BS and not tolerate BS, you stop wasting time. Kasi either that this person is cutting off his BS or you walk away. Ganun lang yun. BS could also be red flags. And part of the reason why most people end up in a relationship where it doesn't work, kasi kahit na in the early stages of relationship, this person, there's a lot of red flags with this individual. But at the end of the day, we don't have the courage to cut it off because we're too focused on the positive things that this person is giving me, which is, I don't know, feeling of being loved, feeling of being flattered on the things that they say, or showering us with gifts. And that we tend to understand that this person has his flaws and not. But at the end of the day, a red flag is a red flag. A BS is a BS. And I wish everybody would have the courage, the capacity, the strength to cut it out as early as you can because it can save you wasting time. Okay? True, Psychology 101. The latter po. The bull... Ganon, BS. Christine Romano, I thank you for tagging. Alpha po ba masasabi nyo siya kung nag-guide sa partner niya most of the time dahil mataas ang pangarap niya for both of them? God. Yeah, I think so. It could be. Someone who's leading the relationship, someone who knows and decisive enough to know what they want to do in life. And an alpha is supposed to be someone, even if they can't catch up with you, they will help you build the skill to catch up with you and be with your, parang kumbaga, be with them on the dreams that they have. But not all has a perfect way of handling. Of course, there is no perfect way of handling a relationship, but there are hints on how you can do it. But is there a way, a foolproof method? Of course not, because every individual is different. Okay, zero tolerance to BS. That's one of the ways on how you can actually attract an alpha. Alam niyo, nahihirapan ako sa topic na to, sa totoo lang. Magbasa muna tayo ng comment. On my opinion lang, Kuya Darb, super perfectionist na kasi ang isang alpha, sabi niya. And the love that you want, sometimes doesn't require the standards that you set. Kasi pag puso na ang tumibok, all standards will be set behind. Well, I totally agree. Sometimes doesn't require the standards that you set. Kasi pag puso na ang tumibok, all your standards will be set behind. Yeah, that's a possibility. Pero ito never lower your standards just cause part of the reason why most people just settle on people that they don't really like is not because they want to, but because of the people that surrounds them. Either that they listen to the people that surrounds them, ang taas naman ng standard mo in that, or they are being forced to be with someone because of their age, that they're growing old na, that they have to be married at this specific time in this specific ganon, and that they tend to compromise to the things that they want. And part of the reason why most people are like that is because they give a shit about what everybody else is saying, and they don't give an F to what they're saying. I mean, to what they're feeling. Sir Darbs, collab naman po tayo. Scrubs and Snap. Yeah, PM me. Let me know. Kuya Darbs, how to understand an alpha? Collab tayo, please. Vlog namin. Oh, sige na, just PM me. Don't worry. I'll be more than happy to, ano. Oh, yan. Paulit-ulit, best. Watching from Abu Dhabi, idol, sabi ni Ellen. Hirap. Okay. Can two alpha work? I think so. They can, but a bit difficult. Siguro ganito. You cannot have two captains in one ship. Never. So, what I'm trying to say is that there will always be someone at a specific level who will call the final shot. Pero somehow, you can consider yourself as an alpha, but someone who knows and understands that when there is a specific decision and you respect that person because of the decision that he's about to make, not because you feel like as if this person is kumbaga mas mataas sa akin, but because you entrust yourself to that individual. Mukhang naguluhan din ako dun sa sinabi. Okay, ganito na lang. Sabi ni Crystal, a good captain needs a good lieutenant. So, ibig sabihin nun, there is supposed to be a skill set wherein both individuals should work according to the skill set that they have. Both alphas can work together if they really wanted to make things work. Pero, alam nyo ba na an alpha is not good at everything? That he has his own strength. And that even if you're not an alpha, there are still a lot of things that you know how to do better than an alpha. Now, knowing each of your strengths and weaknesses is a way for you guys to work together. I think part of the reason why most relationships don't work is because both of them are strong on the same aspects of life, but they're both weak on same aspects of life as well. So, imbalance yon. I think not just being with an alpha, but being with the right person, right partner. I think we are supposed to have an understanding, a feeling of what you call this self-awareness, that we know we're good at, we know where we're good at, and we know where we are weak at. Because knowing your strength is a strength, and knowing your weakness is a strength as well. Now, being with a specific partner, I think you have to be self-aware as well. Asking that question to your partner to be, sa magiging partner mo, or observe. Because hindi pwedeng mahal mo lang. You have to have the self-awareness enough to understand that not every key fits the lock. I don't know if that makes sense. But a specific lock is specific to is destined to a specific key. That if that lock is being opened, there is a lot of potential inside that door. In other way, in a means wherein dapat may mga pagkakataon sa buhay na dapat alam mo yung gusto mo. At alam mo yun, yung simpleng bagay na hindi ko kasi alam ang gusto ko, most people are like that. And that is something that is very difficult to be in. A spot wherein you're gonna be in a spot where hindi mo alam yung gusto mo, hindi mo alam kung anong gusto mo sa isang tao, hindi mo alam kung anong gusto mong pagkain, hindi mo alam kung anong gusto mong gawin sa buhay. I'm not saying that you're supposed to figure it out, but at least try to find activities, try to find people that would help you understand what you literally means. Kaya ito I don't judge people who have been in a lot of relationships before. Bakit? Kasi like say for example, nung first year high school ka, nagjowa ka, gusto mo maganda. Okay, maganda siya. So ginawa mo nga. Pero hindi ka naman nirerespeto. Pinapahiya ka sa mga kaibigan mo. So nung second year high school, nagjowa ka ng maganda pero nirerespeto ka. Pero sinungaling. So ayaw mo nun. Respeto niya. Maayos naman siya sa harap ko. Hindi naman ako minumura, pero sinungaling siya. So third year ka, nagjowa ka ng maganda, nirerespeto ka at hindi sinungaling, pero nag-cheat siya sa'yo. So in fourth year, gusto mo ng maganda, nirerespeto ka, honest, and at the same time, loyal. What I'm trying to say is that whenever you are in plenty of relationships, I don't judge you. Do I try to tell you that you're supposed to be in? Of course not. I mean, that's your call. Pero somehow, that helps you be in a specific self-awareness level wherein next time you'd know if this person fits you or not. Ako like say for example, if you're gonna let me out on a date with someone, I can literally know if this person is for me or not, or if I can actually put this person to the next level, or this person is qualified to be with me on the next level. Not that I have the audacity to turn down a woman, but no, I have that feeling and you have supposed to respect that kahit na lalaki ako. Hindi porket babae ka, you're the only ones who has the capacity to say yes and no. I mean, that's supposed to be with both parties. Now, with having that kind of self-awareness enough to understand whether you would want to take the relationship later on or not, helps you not waste time. Ganun! Sabi ni Princess, being an alpha doesn't mean that you're one who control the relationship. It's better that being an alpha, you're the one who helps your partner to improve your relationship. That could be, yes, of course. I would like to give you a congratulations on that, Princess. I totally agree. Kasi, ang sarap kasi sa pakiramdam na kahit na malakas ka, I would still want it to be, or you would still want it to be with an individual who can take the wheel and steer you to a course where you want to go, even if you are not in charge for a specific moment in time. Kasi hindi ka naman palaging malakas. And that is so sexy somehow. Like you're confident that someone is taking the wheel and I know and I'm confident enough that this person is going to do it the way how I do it, or that person is going to do it better than me. And that is one of the things that what a relationship is supposed to be. Okay, what's next? Tanong. May mga katanungan ba kayo? Now, gusto ko na ng NLR. If he wants to go by, if he will stay, then that's great. Sa lahat po nila nakakaintindihan ng NLR is no label relationship. Yon, mga ganon. Okay, good for you. That requires a lot of self-awareness as well. Pero never deprive yourself of having a true relationship with someone. Ito most people would, sa lahat ng mga followers ko, you might have understood that I'm pro no-label relationship na I'm just there. No, it's still a way. No-label NLR is supposed to be a way for you to find the right person or to be with the right person. In a sense that mahirap kasi every relationship, if like both of tayo, we consider ourselves as in a relationship. Mahirap kasi if you just have preliminary datas on knowing that you think you would want to be with this person. Preliminary lang yun. And that, ang baba ng standards mo for you to put a label on it. Kasi in every relationship, in every jowa kita at jowa mo ko relationship circle, the goal is supposed to be in marriage. That's the next level. But sadly, most people don't understand that they just use this just to be officially with someone. And that they don't treat it sacred na okay lang. Sige lang, kahit hindi ko siya masyadong gusto, jujuwain ko lang to. So after 3 months, break ko na to. In that itself, or 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, 10 months, or I don't know, it could be a year or so, or 7 years. And you waste time. You could have spent that time screening people that you think that has a better chance of being together with you. Now, does that guarantee that when you do NLR, you end up with the right person? Of course not. But it gives you better chances. Tulad ng palagi kong sinasabi, hindi mo porket nakikita mo yung damit na suot ng mannequin, maganda na sa'yo pag sinuot mo. It's still better na you would still fit it in a fitting room and check, this is good. It looks nice to me. Then that's the time you buy it. Then that's the time you put a label in it. Then that's the time you marry this person. Pero mahirap yung sa tingin mo lang na maganda sa'yo. And then once you go home, once after you bought it, after you paid for it, and then you check it out for the first time, and then hindi pala bagay, then you will have the hassle of going back to the mall or, alam mo yun, refunding everything. In which, that hassle could have been removed if you just took the opportunity to fit it in. If it looks nice, it looks good on you. So same as true with NLR, it gives you an opportunity. Now, hindi ko pinupush yung NLR that you're supposed to do it with someone, the things that you're not supposed to do, yung mga magjojowa lang. At the end of the day, it's your decision. If you put a boundary in it, and it's fine. And if this person doesn't respect that boundary, then that's more data for you to know that this person is not the right person for you. You can be in an NLR and not have that physical intimacy that everybody is thinking about. That's your choice. That's your decision. If you think that if you are in an NLR and that's a prerequisite, then that's you. It tells me more about how your morality is. Kasi at the end of the day, it's your choice whether or not you're gonna give that physical intimacy with that person. And if ever you did, I'm not gonna judge you for that. I mean, that's your call. If you like that person so much, then that's good. Few messages from our sponsor. After that, I'm gonna give my real talk, mga kaibigan. I hope you stay. This FB Live is powered by Ayala Land International.
A visionary destination brings together career and family, business and leisure, city and community. Welcome to the newest hotspot south of the metro, propelling towards access, variety, and efficiency. Dynamic lifestyles synchronized at the core of a well-connected locale. Every day is a gathering of life's bounty. Homes for every stage in life amplify the convenience of living. Designed around people, this city paves the way for opportunities and jumpstarts a fresh beat on lifestyle, opening up a gateway to a unique quality of life. Every step here leads to progress. Arca South, City in Sync.
Yo, again, this live is powered by Ayala Land International. And of course, if I have been mentioning earlier, if you are sitting on cash right now, now is the best time to actually purchase property, specifically in real estate. And who else would you want to put that money in? A company wherein has been doing this for more than 100 years. Oldest conglomerate in the Philippines. Ayala Land International, Ayala Group of Companies. People who's behind the Fort, BGC, and Makati. Now, here's one of the offers that they currently have right now. You can earn a condominium starting at 6,700 per month. Also, pwede ka na ding bumili ng lupa just for 4,400 pesos. Oh my God. And house and lot unit starts at 10,000 pesos, kaibigan. And this is the only time that they're giving this flexible offer. If you're interested, screenshot this, message me. I'll be more than happy to assist you in giving you the best option. Tulad ng sinabi ko po kanina, Ayala Land is actually offering, what do you call this, free consultation. There's no commitment, so wag kang mahiya. We're just here providing you the best option that you can have, because that's your money and we respect that. So go ahead, let us know. There will be a free online presentation if ever you decided to actually purchase it. We can do an online reservation, online documentation, online payment na din po. And of course, excellent after-sale service, mga kaibigan. So again, go ahead, let me know if you're interested. I'll be more than happy to assist you guys. Thank you very much. Ayala Land International. Yun, palakpakan naman natin. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga nanood. Meron dito kanina nagpapag-greet eh. James, Kuya Darbs, 8th wedding anniversary namin bukas ng wife ko. Give and take, hot and cold. Respect each other. I really appreciate that, brother. This is pure wisdom here. Ang dali lang kasi sabihin nito, pero it takes a lot of effort, understanding, and love for this to execute. I think that is one of the things wherein why a relationship is working, regardless if you're an alpha or not. It's just a matter of you deciding to be with each other. And I wish that you can find someone or you can be with someone who decides to stick with you no matter what. Sana ma-meet kita in person, Kuya Darbs. No problem. If God willing, why not? Diba? Punta po tayo ng Pilipinas very soon. So hopefully, if you can see me on the road, huwag niyo po akong batukan. Respect and understanding, yes. Cool stuff. So what's the takeaway on this? What's the takeaway on this episode, Kuya Darbs? Well, kaibigan, ito lang masasabi ko sa inyo. I think it's really nice to understand that somehow we're supposed to have self-awareness din sa sarili natin, because knowing ourselves, knowing what we want and knowing what we don't want would literally help us be with the right individual. Hindi kasi pwedeng iaasa lang natin kung ano yung ugali, ano yung ipapakita ng tao sa atin. Somehow, part of the responsibility that we have is we have to know what we want. We have to know what we can work with. We have to know the attitude that we would like to, an attitude of an individual that we would want it to be with. I understand that if you set standards, it will not be followed. Fine. But still, I'd still rather wanted to have that list kesa sa wala. So, somehow, self-awareness is the game whenever you wanted to actually end up with the right individual. Kasi kung alam mo yung sarili mo, kahit na hindi man siya yung tao na yon na gusto mo, pero kung alam mo yung gusto mo, you can still communicate it to that individual. And if that individual understands you, you can work something out. But it's great for you to know what you want to work out versus just wala kang plano. You don't know what it is. So, self-awareness could be the key for you to somehow be in the right relationship. Cool? Kiko Morales, hear this portion, 5721. Thank you very much. May mga timestamp na. Maraming salamat sa iyo, Lichelle. Late ako, sige lang, pwede mo tong panoorin sa podcast. Again, my friends, thank you very much for being here. Magpo-promote lang po ako ng sarili kong mga show. Here you go, Wisdom Bars by Real Talk Darbs. This is my new rebrand ng aking, what do you call this? Podcast. Wisdom Bars with Real Talk Darbs. You can just search it on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts. This is free. Wala po tong bayad. So if ever you miss the talk that I have here in Facebook Live, you can go ahead and still catch it dyan po sa Wisdom Bars. And I am already part of Podcast Network Asia. Thank you very much. Shout out sa inyo for supporting me and giving me an opportunity to be a part of the family. Wisdom Bars with Real Talk Darbs. Please go ahead. Follow me there. If ever you miss something, mga live ko, pwede mo pong i-follow dyan, mga kaibigan. Next is, of course, my Instagram. Maraming salamat. Umabot tayo na 10,000. Baka naman. Pwede nating dagdagan yan. Ayan, Real Talk Darbs at Instagram natin. Instagram account. Wala, nahuhuli ang Instagram natin, mga kaibigan. Kasi tayo sa Facebook, nasa 600 magsi 700,000 followers na tayo, pero ang Instagram natin napakababa. Baka naman, Real Talk Darbs fan. Pwede natin. TikTok as well, meron din po akong mga exclusive content dito. So follow me there. Nasa 28,500 na po ang followers natin sa TikTok. So hopefully it will grow further. Be more than happy to, you can do it. Tsaka you can give me, ask me a question there if you want an advice, and I'll reply via video. Yon. And last but not the least, of course, my YouTube page, 12,800 na po ang subscribers natin. Pero baka naman, pwede nating dagdagan yan. Click the subscribe button kasi lahat po ng mga live ko, nilalagay ko din po doon. And that would be appreciated if ever. You can watch it on the big screen. Thank you very much sa lahat ng mga nanood. Maraming salamat po. At sana po, huwag kayong magsawang sumuporta kay Real Talk Darbs. Of course, Ayala Land International, maraming salamat po in giving me an opportunity to be a part of the promotion of the Ayala Land International. So if ever you have anything, any question, go ahead, let me know. If you want a shout out on my podcast, please go ahead, visit my Twitter account at Real Talk Darbs. Babasahin ko po yung shout out nyo doon via podcast. Sa podcast ko po babasahin. So please go ahead, check it out. Maraming salamat po. This has been a wonderful evening, afternoon, morning with you guys. And for those of you who's listening to the podcast, this has been Real Talk Darbs, giving you real thoughts through real talk. Always remember, mga kaibigan, self-worth lang po tayo since day one. Yalla, bye!
From raw land to a constantly evolving community that's full of opportunities, you've been our inspiration in building sustainable communities for generations. We look forward to building more so we can do more together. Ayala Land.
Oh shit, bigan, ano malahig man ka.
Real Talk Darbs.